All right, so we are live on the Guyanese Own Business page tonight. And first off, good evening to everyone. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I gotta remember I'm broadcasting live from the UK on my end. And first off, I gotta say a big thank you to everyone that tuned in last week for a first segment of this Let's Chat show here in Guyanese Own Businesses. Thank you so much for the overwhelming support and all the feedback and the messages that we received after. And big thanks to Anil Sarwan as well. Thank you, Anil, for being our first guest on the show last week. That's Anil Sarwan from the Great Canadian Oil Change. But as we move forward into the new week number two, segment number two, or show number two this week, my special guest is Mr. Rishi Singh. You can see him on your screens, cameras, phones, wherever you're viewing us from. Thank you again. So Rishi Singh is from the Remax community here in Toronto, Canada. And he's been doing this for a while. And thank you, Rishi, for joining us tonight. And as we
Thanks for having me on.
Not a problem, Rishi. I really appreciate your time tonight. And as we did last week, what I'm going to do is start off a quick introduction of yourself. I know it's a Guyanese owned businesses. Obviously, you grew up in Guyana. So if you can go ahead, Rishi, and introduce yourself to our viewers tonight. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Good night. I just want to say thank you before we start. Wazim, you're doing a great job. It's a great platform
Thank
for
you,
everyone
brother.
to connect on here. And yeah, I watched your segment last week, which was very helpful for me. I get a little butterflies before I come on here, right? So bear with me if, I stutter a little bit because I'm very camera shy.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. Go ahead. You're doing a great job.
Yeah. Okay. So as you said, we came from Guyana. I came here in 2000, July, and this year is going to be 25 years since I've been in this country, and more than half of my life in this country. And it's a great place to live, and I love what I do. I've been in real estate since 2017, started doing it full time as of 2020. And I find focusing on real estate more has been like very successful, focusing on just one thing, right? And I love being in an industry. I love helping people achieving their lifelong goal, and it's been going great. Last year has been a phenomenal year, and this year shape up to be even better.
So what you said 2020 you got into real estate. What got you into real estate?
Actually, 2017.
So
I got
2017,
my
sorry.
license in
Yep.
2017. I know, starting off, coming out of high school in Guyana, start in the welding fabrication field, and then went to machining, then came to Canada and started doing the same thing. And I did that for a long while. I knew I wanted to get out of it because the ceiling is very low on that, right? It's quick to get up to the top there and there's not much room to grow. Knew I wanted to do something different. And I was bartending, and a gentleman and I was chit-chatting, and he goes like, "You got a great personality. You ever thought about becoming a real estate agent?" And that's how it happened.
A great personality. How come you didn't become an actor? You're camera shy, so yeah, you said you're camera shy.
Want to be an actor,
Oh,
Of course,
okay.
everybody wants to do something more that they can do, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so that's how I got into real estate. And that gentleman and I have been friends ever since. And he is actually from my office. So, and being in bartending a little bit, so I did a few parties from the brokerage. And so when I became a realtor and I went to the brokerage, I saw everybody there that I know. So I was like,
Ah, you fit
"Whoa,
right
you're a
in.
realtor now." I was
You
like,
fit right in.
"No more bartending. I'll be on the other side of the bar now."
Oh, okay, okay. And I know in real estate there's all different. There's buying, there's selling. What do you specialize in? I don't know too much. That's why we have you on to learn a little more, pick your brain. And just like our
Yeah,
viewers, before you go on, I see some folks are logging in. So good night to everyone. If you're in
so
Guyana,
yeah,
good
good
night
night
and
to
welcome.
all
Yeah.
that's joining.
Oh yeah, yeah. Good night.
Yeah, and be happy to answer some questions as people may have. You know what I mean? I'm mainly focused on residential, but I do some commercial listings as well too. And buying and selling goes hand in hand. Some people are looking to upsize, downsize. That's coming to selling side, and of course, you assist them in getting into something else. You could go on, like say, people who are looking to downsize. You mostly the older folks or people who are empty nesters, right? Like kids are gone and people are looking to get into I apologize, guys. I
No,
have
it's
another
fine.
phone that's going off here. Yeah. Yeah. So people were looking to downsize, getting into something smaller, reassist them in getting them a place like that. So selling and buying goes hand in hand.
Oh, okay. And you started out in 2017, and right after, like all of us felt it. I spoke to Anna last week about it. The pandemic came in. It hit us in 2020. How did that affect you?
So actually, in a positive way for
Wow.
real estate.
Wow.
Yeah. So the negative feedback that most people got saying that, everything slows down from COVID, we're actually feeling that effects now. But
Oh.
because what happened, one of the reasons why the real estate market boomed in 2020 and right after COVID hits is people start working from home. So people
Mm.
realize they could go far out and work from home. So you get more for your money that way. And the
Yes.
demand went through the roof. So the government see, you know what, they need to cool the market down a bit. So they start increasing the interest rate, and that slowed the market down significantly. And then people start going back to work, and people that went out far, they need to commute. So now people want to come back into the city, but at that time when they purchased, the market was super hot. So chances are they overpaid, right?
Okay, okay, yes, yes. I know, Rishi, just before we go on, I gotta welcome everyone on. Rishi is busy, as you tell, he's in real estate. He's got an appointment right after this call. So we're gonna try to wrap it up in about 35 minutes or so tonight, Rishi. So again, thank you and welcome to everyone just tuning in. We're gonna get to the comment section. But for a first-time home buyer, Rishi, what are they looking at? Especially you're in the Toronto area. So I guess, does that apply to Ontario? Toronto, Ontario?
Yeah, it applies to anyone who is a first-time home buyer, right?
Okay,
Like, before we go there, as you mentioned, Ontario.
yes.
As a realtor, I'm only licensed to practice in Ontario.
Okay.
However, we have an affiliation across the border or even in different provinces where we have a program where we can refer our clients to. I actually had to refer a client out to Alberta. So, and
Oh,
vice
okay.
versa as well too. I personally didn't have a referral yet, but I've known guys from my office that got referral from different parts of Canada.
Okay. And viewers, sorry,
Yep.
I'm all over the place. As you can tell, I'm not at home. I'm traveling. It's midnight where I'm at. It's 7 minutes after midnight in the UK. I'm here for work, but the show's got to go on, right? So, we you said we just talk about buying and selling. Is there any specific properties? There's private, there's commercial. What do you specialize in, or you're everything?
I
How does it work as a
specialize
real
in
estate agent? Yeah, sorry, go.
I specialize in residential. I love
Residential.
doing
Okay.
commercial. Yes, I love doing commercial because it's more like a 9 to 5. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
reason, right?
Oh,
So it's
okay.
a slower
Yes.
market. It's more 9 to 5. But on the residential side, you're always working. I mean, real estate generally, you're always working, but residential side, it's busier than the commercial,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And back to your question about a first-time home buyer, right?
Yes.
A first-time home buyer, there's a few steps that you need to take. Like the first step as a first-time home buyer, you need to get pre-approved. So you need to get pre-approved, then you know what budget you're working with. And that's the first step. And then it goes from there, what area you want to be in, what you can afford, and what are you looking for? You want a good school for your kids. You want a
Yeah.
good neighborhood. That's a great place to raise a family. Like if you're a first-time home buyer and you're working from home, you get more for your money by going out of the city, right?
Yes. Yes.
So those are some factors that you have to consider when as a first-time home buyer. But the first step is getting pre-approved, so you know your budget, you know what you're working with.
Okay. And we're gonna get into. I got 35 minutes with you. We're 9 minutes into the conversation. So welcome. I've seen more and more folks are logging in from both the Guyanese Own Business page, West Indian Vibes Radio. Share it with your friends, family. We want to make this thing something. As I said, it's a segment, a show that we've started last week. We want to continue doing it for 2025 and years to come, to highlight and spotlight our Guyanese professionals, business owners, entrepreneurs, and everyone else in the community. So, Rishi, how has that support been from our community? That's what this show is about. How has it been from the Guyanese community?
Surprisingly, because I got some feedback from other Guyanese agents,
Okay.
and I'm the total opposite.
Oh,
Majority of my business are Guyanese.
great to hear. That's
I
what we want to
got,
hear. That's
yeah,
what,
I got
yeah.
great support from Guyanese community,
Okay.
and I I look at it this way. You treat people how you want to be treated.
Exactly.
And
I like that.
whenever I take a client to look at a house and I get a feel for it myself, like it's like, listen, is there somewhere that I want to live in? If I can live in there, then I would recommend it to my clients, right? Of course, I would go with my clients' needs and wants as well too, right? But generally, that's how I'll do stuff. Like, if it's something that would work for me, I have no problem in selling it to you.
Okay. And yeah, I'm looking, sorry, I'm not paying attention to the screen. Not home as
That's
you guys,
okay.
right?
Don't
I'm
worry
all
about it.
over. I got my phone. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. I'm just
Yeah.
seeing folks are logging in. I shared it to my page. If you guys can do that on the outside as well. Just for those of you just logging in or signing in or viewing, it's Rishi Singh from Remax community. He's our guest. As you can see, his information is on the screen. We're going to get into that. And he's from Guyana, of course. We're just talking about his support. And for Rishi, if you're just tuning in, it's been great from the Guyanese community. And I guess the West Indian
Absolutely,
community at
man.
large. As Anil mentioned last week, we've had a lot of folks from Trinidad. I have a lot of family from Trinidad and friends that are living in the Toronto area and stuff. And that's been great too.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
Like, I have clients from all over the Caribbean. Like just last month, we closed a deal from a client of mine from Trinidad. So it was my first Trini. So
Oh,
that was
okay.
pretty
Okay.
good. Yeah, and really,
Nice.
really easy to work with.
Okay. And
Like, I mean, like
yeah.
it goes across the board. Like it doesn't matter who it is, as long as you're professional, you know what you're talking about, and people expect you to guide them in the right direction, right? And as long as you provide that service, doesn't matter what walks of life you come from.
Yeah, and you mentioned it earlier. You touched on it. You treat people the way you want to be treated. Right.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
I'm
that's how it
like, for
is,
me,
right?
I'm working in aviation and stuff. That's why I'm always on the road and so on. And it's the same
Yeah.
thing I find. I mean, I'm in UK. Is my third visit here at the airport, working at Heathrow, and it's the same thing. You show up, they remember you from the last time. They recall you're professional with them, and you treat them. You got respect, right? You feel like a
No,
VIP sometimes. You move it, you go to places because the way you treat
yeah,
people.
absolutely.
Yes.
Because what happened, one of the biggest thing in this business here that you get from people is a referral. That tells you that you did a great job for them to refer someone to you,
Oh
right?
yes.
And majority of my businesses has been from referral. As you know, I'm camera shy. I'm not that much on
You don't
social
seem
media,
camera
and that's
shy
something I've
tonight.
been. Yeah, Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to get on social media more,
Yes.
and but yeah, and there's one of the reasons I haven't been there has been because I'm camera shy.
Yeah,
But
we're getting that out of you. That's out of your system after
yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
You're gonna
And
see more of Rishi
thanks
Singh.
again to you.
Yeah.
Thanks again, man. I really
No,
appreciate what you do.
no problem, man. I got to do my little part. So, welcome to everyone else tuning in. I see there's a few more viewers. So, there's some interest rate. Correct me if I'm wrong. January 29th in Toronto, or in Canada, Ontario, interest rate. What effect or does that have something to do with someone getting into the market or an existing homeowner? How is that going to affect us?
So what happens on January 29th is going to be the interest rate report. And
Okay.
that reflects on there's two things that determines our interest rate. One is the job report.
Yeah.
Based on the job report, will tell you if it'll move, if it'll not move. And another thing, we sort of always follow suit what the US does, right? It tends to happen more than often, right? So that will determine what happens on January 29th. The past few reports, we had a 0.5% drop in interest rate.
Okay.
My speculation and a few professionals that I've spoken to, there's a possibility that it dropped maybe 0.25%, but again, it's all speculation. We need to wait on the report.
Okay.
And this would determine the spring market, how busy the spring market is. Because, I mean, where we were early 2022 with the interest rate, I don't see us going back there. I don't see anything going below 2%, right? That is, I don't know. I doubt it we're going to get there. And it's like a seesaw. When the interest rate is low, the price goes up.
Okay.
Right? But at the same time, the interest rate is still dropping a little bit here, and there's a lot of pent-up demand. So the spring market determines on the interest rate report on Jan 29th if it's going to be a really busy one. All speculation is that it will be active more than the past 2 years, but it's still speculation. We have to wait and see.
Okay, you mentioned the market and January 29, but can you provide some insights on the trends as of today in Ontario?
Well, the trend right now is buying.
Buying.
If you can afford it,
Yeah.
yeah, there's quite a few buyers. And
Okay.
majority of my past clients in the last 6 months has been all buyers.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's because who can afford it, you get into the market now because interest rate is a little bit high. It's going to drop. That's where it's trending.
Okay.
So you buy now, and maybe a year from now, you're in the green because you pay cheaper, your interest rate is going down,
Yes.
your payment will be less.
Okay.
Right? So the longer you wait and the interest rate drops, of course, more people are going to jump in the market, and it's going to drive the price up.
Okay.
So buying is, I would say, buying over selling right now. It's a buyer's market.
Okay. And we got a few questions for Rishi with 60 minutes after the hour of I'm going to say midnight. I'm in the UK, but 60 minutes after 7 back home in
Yeah.
Toronto and New York, and after 8 in Guyana. So do excuse me, I'm a little jet lagged. I haven't slept for nearly 2 days, and we just want to get this going, right? We don't want to miss any
You look
Tuesdays.
fresh, man. You look like you just woke up.
Hey, I'm talking to you, so I went downstairs and got some smart water. I gotta keep up with you, man.
Right.
So welcome to everyone on the live. You got connections with, how does it work? Like you said, you're keeping up with a trend. How do you keep up with that? The real estate market and all the changes happening and the updates.
So we usually have like market updates, like
Okay.
monthly. So that comes out from Treb. That's everyone have access to that. Like, I mean, as a realtor, everyone has access
Okay.
to that. Sometimes our office send all those reports out. So those things are a very broad picture of what's happening in the market, right? Like, let's say, for instance, they're going to give you an average house price for $1,065,000,
Yes.
but it's going to incorporate townhome, condos, detached, semi-detached.
So it's a
everything,
combination
and
of
just
all
give you an
types.
average. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And not only that, different pockets are hotter than some pockets, right?
Yes.
So they do an overall average what house price is. If I'm working with a client and I know their budget and I know what area they want to be in, then I'll do a market update for that specific area and just let them know what's happening in that area. And there's a few factors that goes into looking for a property for people. Like, it could be relocation for work. It could be downsizing. You want to get away from the city. It could be school for kids. It could be just a couple who, you know what, they work from home and they want to be in the city, but they don't want to
Okay.
deal with the commute, right?
All right. And
So those factors.
And you have connections. I was going to get into that, and I remember that I wanted to talk about what you just answered. Do you have connections like mortgage brokers, contractors, inspectors? Let's say reaching out to you. Hey, Rishi, I'm looking at this house. I need a home inspection, obviously. You have connection with contractors. How does that work on your end?
So that I take care of. Like, I
Okay.
have like, usually when I go far out, I don't take my home inspector with me. I have one guy that I use, and he's A1, like, really good guy. He's
Okay.
very diligent. And
You can
when
mention
I
his name here
do-
if you like. Give him a shout out.
his name is Nadar. He's a Middle Eastern guy. Super
Okay.
nice guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So he takes his time. I had a home inspection on mid-December, and it was a cold day, and I felt bad for him. He was outside for like an hour and a half on the roof and all the surroundings.
Mm.
But the weather doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is his job, and this is what he does, right?
Okay.
And I mean, why I always advise to my clients, listen, let's do a home inspection. I don't like firm deals, and I always add home inspection.
Before, let me stop you there. Is it mandatory home inspection? Do you have to do it?
No, it
Oh,
depends
it's
on
not.
the buyer.
It's up to the buyer. Okay, but it's recommended,
to
as you
buyer.
said, as you just mentioned. It's
I
recommended.
always recommend it because there's some things that we can't see. Like, say, for instance, they have a special equipment that could determine if the drywall was wet before.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we can't see that because if there's a coat of paint on it, we
Yeah.
can't tell.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they
yeah.
have devices that could detect that. So I always recommend a home inspection because there's a lot of things that's hidden that we can't see, that these guys are professionals and they know how to navigate and find out those issues.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I
It's unbelievable with the equipment that they have. They could detect moisture if it was there.
Wow.
So it's
Yeah.
pretty good and it's highly recommended. And not only that, it's an insured home inspection. So if there is an issue down the line, let's say, for instance, they missed something, their insurance could be liable for some of the stuff that they missed. Like I had an incident with a home inspector. Well, that's why I'm not using him anymore, where he missed a few things and it went down to the courts.
Oh no.
Let's just say he had to pay back because he didn't do a good job. And so for the past a little while, I've been using this home inspector and I had no issues.
Good for you, and congrats to him, and let him hopefully keeps up the high quality of work.
Absolutely, man.
Okay.
Another, I had a home inspection in Kingston recently, and my guy, he didn't want to go all the way out there. So what I did, Google, and I found a guy there with all 5 stars. Went out there, he did a phenomenal job too.
Good. I just wanted to find out. You mentioned, I know for the folks logging in, we were speaking to Rishi Singh from Remax community in Toronto. It's Let's Chat here on Guyanese's own business page, and I'm also broadcasting live on the West Indian Vibes radio page. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Rishi, you mentioned for you, it's totally opposite that I've been speaking to business professionals, owners, entrepreneurs in Toronto area, New York, about the Guyanese community support. But is there something you think or you believe, like obviously you're doing something good, the referrals, as you said, word of mouth and referrals, it shows
Absolutely.
that you're doing your job and you're probably exceeding in certain areas, and that's why people want to reach out to you. So congrats and kudos to you on that.
Thank you.
But for other real estate agents now getting in, their seasoned real estate veterans in the industry that's looking to grab that Guyanese community on board, get them on board, is there something they need to do more, something that they're not doing that they need to do?
I would say the number one thing is to connect with people, because once I became a realtor, as much as I'm not active on social media, especially Facebook, majority of our community is on Facebook. So I'm just adding people nonstop. So it's being in contact without being actually
networking.
Right?
It's
so
great
it's
for
networking,
that.
right? So social media is the main thing that I would advise any client who wants to connect with a community.
Yes.
Get on social media, and apart from that, get involved in our activities. Like, say, for instance, Guyana Independence Festival, right? Like, I've done a booth there before, and I've connected with people who didn't know.
Perfect. You bring that up. I was going to get into that stuff. Go ahead with the community work and all that. Go ahead.
No, absolutely. So that is a great way. It's a great platform to connect with your people face to face and have something to. We usually do like a raffle, and it's something to engage people, right? And it's not just that you're giving away something to engage people, but it's a conversation starter.
Of course, yes.
And there's always something I like to give away something that sticks with people, like, say, for instance, a magnet, a calendar, or something. Like, it's a constant reminder versus a business card, right? You give someone a calendar with a magnet, they put it on the fridge, you're there, right?
And to that magnet idea, I did that with the radio years ago. It's not just them. All their visitors come into their home, they're going into the kitchen. It's visible on the fridge, right? It's free advertising to everyone.
So that's how it is. So that is, I would tell anyone. And just like when I started, there's one thing that I didn't hesitate to ask for help.
Great point.
I love asking for help.
We all need help.
We all need help. And majority of the agents in my office are Sri Lankan. But I'm telling you, I know everybody there. I got a few Guyanese agents in my office, and I was like, how do you know all these people? I was like, whenever I see them, I go and say hello.
Yes.
Like, my name is Rishi, I'm an agent here. And there's a few guys that I remember when I first started that helped me with my first deal. Like, they actually helped me do the paperwork, because it's not, the theory and the practical is completely different.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Right? So they helped me quite a bit. And I find when you ask people for help, you're empowering them. So don't be afraid to ask for help. And whenever I see people, like, I don't hesitate to tell them, if you need help, call, ask me. If I don't know, I'll point you in the right direction.
That's great. That's great, and that's the way to do things. And once again, welcome to everyone on the live. It's 24 minutes after the hour of 7 Eastern Time, 24 minutes after 8 back home in Guyana. So welcome to everyone. I know a lot of viewers we found from last week we had a lot more people interacting with the video after the fact, after the live. So appreciate
Yeah.
that. For those of you tuning in, that will be tuning in and watching this after, thank you so much for your support. Remember, hit like and follow that Guyanese owned business page on Facebook. We have hundreds of businesses on there, and I try to be very active. I know I'm traveling now for work, but I'm still on top of it and sharing your information. It's always free to post your information there. It's free to come on, just like a guest like Rishi. Just reach out to us on the page. You can WhatsApp me. I have the information on the page, or my email, and tell me you'd like, I'll fit you in a time slot. We've pretty booked up for the next few months, and I'll post the next set of interviews and discussions. So we were speaking to Rishi Singh of Remax community, and some great insights. Is there something you want to mention before I get into all the contact information and all that stuff?
Yeah, we get carried away with conversation
Yes.
here. I know you were asking me about home inspector and mortgage
Yes.
and contractors.
Yeah.
Like I have all of those in my back pocket, right?
Okay.
Like you need a contractor, there's contractors everywhere. And of
Okay.
course, most of my contractors that I use is from our community, right? I love supporting our community because
Awesome.
they support me.
Yeah.
And I always give my client the options like, listen, I've used these people before and they've been good, and you're more than welcome to use them, or at least have a conversation and see if it's someone that you feel comfortable working with.
Okay.
The lawyer that I use, she's from her parents are Guyanese. She was born here. Phenomenal lawyer. Her name is Vanessa Narsing. Her brother's an agent. Her dad's an agent. Her dad is sort of like a mentor to me as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, never hesitate to ask for help. I asked a gentleman for help. He always helped me. And for mortgages, I have a few agents that I'm dealing with, a few Guyanese agents, a few Sri Lankan agents, a
Yes.
few Chinese agents. So
Okay.
I'm in all demographics. So we work with what the client is comfortable with or where we get the best deal, right?
Okay. Okay. You mentioned, I know you're camera shy. You're not on social media a lot. I know we're on the Facebook platform, but are you on LinkedIn? I'm on LinkedIn a lot. I'm on LinkedIn more than I'm on Facebook professionally.
Actually, I am
professional.
on LinkedIn. I'm actually in the process of updating my profile. I
Okay,
am
good.
slacking on that one.
I
need to
find
step
I
on the
find
gas on that.
LinkedIn for professional and for business stuff related items and stuff, and get your products out there. LinkedIn is more of the platform to do it. Like for me in aviation, it's LinkedIn. Everything I follow is all the airports, all this stuff, and I'm up to date with stuff like that. And that's what I was wondering. For real estate, I know it's Facebook. The other night I told you about the Remax community stuff, the Christmas party I was there. I saw the guys were on Instagram or TikTok. I'm not big on that, but they're
Instagram,
on
TikTok,
that.
they're a pretty big platform as well.
Okay,
too,
for
right?
real estate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Every platform, as long as you're social media, is a great
Okay.
platform for it.
Okay.
And so what I noticed that I'm getting a lot of from LinkedIn is marketing stuff. Like people are peppering me.
Yeah, you're gonna
stuff.
get
It's
that
like,
in your inbox on
Yeah.
LinkedIn. But you know what? It's great to
constant.
follow, and like for you, trends and all this stuff in the real estate market.
No,
You need to keep
absolutely,
up.
yeah.
So I like LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn every minute I have. I'm on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something I need to mention, since we were talking about mortgages, I have a contact. She works for RBC. She is based in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Had a
For U.S.
conversation in
listeners.
midsummer,
Yeah.
and she was saying that right now they're in Florida and North Carolina, and if you want to purchase an investment property out there, they could qualify you for a mortgage based on your income in Canada. So if that's something might be interested to some of the viewers, we can connect and I can put you in contact with her.
Say that again. So as a Canadian, I'm a Canadian. I want to get something in the U.S. It doesn't matter what state, or it has to be North Carolina.
Based on our last conversation,
Yeah.
she told me that they were only doing Florida and the Carolinas.
Florida right away. Canadians, sir.
Yeah,
right away.
Florida
Yeah.
and the Carolinas.
Yeah.
So they're looking to go to Phoenix and Texas, right? So they're
Okay.
looking at the tropical destination,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So, and that's where most of the people are. Right now, the market in Texas is super, super hot. It's a great, great place to be, man.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So what she does is like RBC is connected with their location in here as well too. So to qualify you for a mortgage based on your income in Canada.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you could remain working here and have that property like an investment property and rent it out in the
Yeah.
U.S. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
So
So Canadians,
obviously
that's
it's an
good news.
investment property. So you can dump some equity that you have from your current property into as a down payment, and then
Yes.
you get a mortgage based on your income here.
Oh, okay, great. So that's great. That's good news. And for Canadians on the live on both the Guyanese page and the West Indian Vibes radio page, just get in touch with Rishi Singh if you want to have like a property. We all want to get away from Canada in the wintertime. So have something in Texas, maybe in Florida for now, the Carolinas. And Rishi, I know you're limited. You have an appointment right after this. It's 30 minutes into the conversation. You want to remind, I know I have some information on screen there. Just give them your contact info, how to get in touch with you best, and
Yes,
follow you
to
on
everyone
social
that's
media.
out there and
Yeah.
who's going to view the video later, feel free to contact me anytime. Listen, there's no obligation. You have a question, even if you have a realtor and you can't get a hold of that person, give me a call. If I can help you, I'll be more than happy to. Reach out to me at 647-328-7416. Of course, I'm on Facebook, but I'm not active, but I always check my messages. Yeah, but call me is the fastest way to get a hold of me.
Okay.
It's the easiest way to get a hold of me. Just give me a call and I will help you in that real estate transaction. I'll be more than happy to.
Okay. So a lot of folks like to meet in person. I know you're willing to drive. You always drive and going. Do you have an office that they can meet you,
So,
reach you at?
yeah, we have two locations.
Okay.
We have an office at Morningside and Shepherd,
Okay.
directly across from Tropical Nights, who know that location well.
Okay.
It's diagonally across there. And I have another location at Salem and Roslyn and Ajax.
Okay. So it's in
Yeah,
Toronto, east
so
end of
we have two
Toronto.
offices. Feel free to, if you want to come by and meet in person, or if you guys want to have a coffee, feel free to reach out to me and let me know. If you need any contact for mortgages, I have a few that I deal with. I can link you with them. Contractors, mortgage brokers, anything. Please give me a call.
All right, awesome. I'm keeping an eye on the chat, so welcome to everyone. Thank you guys so much for always following since last week and sharing the videos with your friends and family. We've got really good feedback, and that's the goal of it, right? We want to use social media and use this platform in a positive way to
Absolutely,
help
man.
our fellow Guyanese in their community.
It's a great way to connect with people that didn't know that what you were doing, right? So
Yes.
what you're doing is an amazing thing that
Thank you.
you're highlighting the businesses, Guyaneseowned businesses.
Yes.
So thanks a lot. I really, really appreciate what you're doing for us. And the feedback from last week, based on what I spoke with Anna, what he told me, it
Yeah.
was really good. So I
Yeah.
expect this to grow and get even bigger and better.
Let's hope so. I know we have some Guyanese business owners.
Maybe we could start a podcast.
Maybe I like to talk, so that probably
Yeah, absolutely.
that work, right? There's areas for us to grow and improve on. As I said, it's a young show yet, still early days. We're gonna, as we grow and we expand, we're gonna improve, and you guys can always reach out with any ideas that you have. And as I said, it's free to get on. There's no charge to get your business highlighted on Facebook on the Guyanese own pages, or coming on here and having a chat with me. I'm a bit out of it. I'm tired tonight. As I said, I'm gonna dip. It's after midnight here. It's 33 minutes after midnight here in London. But thanks, Rishi. Just going through the chats on both pages that I have live. I know we have a lot of viewers after the fact, after the live, just like last week. If you guys have any information, you have Rishi Singh's contact info. Reach out to him. But if you have anything quickly in 2 minutes, he's got an appointment to get to in Toronto. Just drop it in the comments and see if that's thing. I see DJ Slim answer call, so good night. Miss Linda is from Island Junction is on. Pradeep is on. I saw Rakesh Danraj out of J&D or JNR Imports and Exports out in Edmonton. So you guys remember, thank you, and you guys were willing to hop on the show and have a quick 35-45 minute conversation, an hour with me. Let me know and we'll do this. It's Guyanese own businesses, and reach out to me on my email. I have it there, djwazim79@gmail.com. Who, for those of you who have my number, WhatsApp me. I'm traveling, so some of you have my business number. Reach out to me there also. I'm back in Toronto. Hopefully next week I'll be home and rested for next week conversation. I'm speaking to Wasim Khan and Cindy Khan from Naked Hangers. That's a boutique in Guyana, in Charlestown, not far from where I'm from, and also also they have Genie Solutions. So yeah, reach out. I'm speaking to them next week. But Rishi, thank you so much. I know you're a busy man. You got to run. I
Yeah.
got to get some sleep too. But
Yeah.
anything,
Thanks for
last
having
words?
me.
Any
And
last words for viewers?
oh yeah, no, like thanks for the support, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
And this platform here is for us to connect and support each other. And as we're doing it, you're doing it, Wazim. Great job and a great way to stay connected with our peeps, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Rishi. And
Yeah.
thank you so much, man, to hopping on. And this is our second
No,
show. We got that out of
absolutely.
the way. I said it doesn't matter where in the
Second
world I am, we're doing it.
Yeah. No, absolutely, man. And I apologize for the little butterflies or if I'm fumbling a little bit because, as I said, I'm a little camera shy.
No, you're not camera shy, man. You're perfect tonight. So thank you so much.
Okay.
And I
Thank you,
appreciate your
sir.
time, guys.
Appreciate it, man.
And for those of you out there, Rishi, I know you're taking off. I'm just going to speak 2 seconds to the viewers after, and then we're going to call
Yep.
it a night or a morning for me. I got to get up in a
Okay,
few
good.
hours. So, Rishi,
Good
thank you
morning
so
to you,
much.
sir.
And take care, buddy. All right.
Take care, too.
Okay.
All right.
See you.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Good night, everyone. Yeah, bye.
And thanks, guys. That was Rishi Singh from Remax Community joining us there on the live. I got to thank you guys so much for tuning in. We didn't get too much interaction in the comments. He just had a few minutes. He's off the client right now, which is great. So that's what we want to see. So thanks again. Join us next week, Tuesday night, 7 Eastern. It's 8 in Guyana, 8 o'clock in Guyana time. Next Tuesday, we're speaking to Naked Hangers, the owners of Naked Hangers, Wasim and Cindy Can, and Genie Solutions. It's a boutique, and they offer like I think you can top up your cell phone cards and a lot of services. They're located in Broad Street in Charlestown, in Georgetown. So we're going to be speaking to them next week, Tuesday. And the last Tuesday of the month, I'm going to be having a conversation with Miss Kim Sue from Norman Sue Bakery in Toronto. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. This is where I'm going to say good night to you. Have a pleasant night. Take care. Goodbye.